It's a joke, we never win. Both sides got their masks on tight. Truth's a ghost in the dead of night. Fully in this turkey stall, Lightfoot crowd, you've seen it all. In a world that's upside down, the beautiful dumpster fire down.
Hey guys, it is Mo from Mo in the Deep End. It is the 28th of January, and it looks like Lori Lightfoot has released the dirt on, our super mayor, Tiffany Henyard. She has the tea. She is spilling it all over the place. So let's see what the citizens of Dalton found out about the, financial shenanigans last night. So this is from Fox 32 Chicago. Let's see what we found out. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot unveiled the findings of her months-long investigation into Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard on Monday. Now, community members waited in a packed meeting hall, which was standing room only, anxiously awaiting the results of Lightfoot's investigation. There, Lightfoot walked residents through a 73-page presentation. Now, currently, as far as I can see, and my delightful web goddesses have been able to look at, the PDF of the original file is not out yet, but we are looking for that, and I will dramatically read it when it comes out, which showed that for years there has been a blatant disregard for the Village of Dalton's purchasing policy. Quote, at least as early as late 2021, there was a concerted, systematic effort on behalf of Mayor Henyard and others in her administration to hide the true financial condition of the Village of Dalton from both trustees and members of the public, Lightfoot said. Now, Lightfoot found the village trustees were intentionally kept in the dark when it came to spending. Quote, by March 2022, trustees were effectively cut off from receiving regular financial reports, Lightfoot said. Now, today, we released the final summary of findings and recommendations on the investigation into Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's financial management of the Village of Dalton's revenues and expenses, as requested by the village trustees. Now, the report details consistent mismanagement of village finances through excessive spending on non-essential goods and services, systematic attempts by Mayor Henyard and others at her direction to hide the true financial condition of the village from the Board of Trustees and the public, as well as other efforts to thwart efforts aimed at transparency as mandated under the Illinois Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA. Now, the report establishes the absence of competent governance and continued violations of governance norms during Mayor Henyard's tenure. The cost to taxpayers have been significant, starting with a substantial budget deficit, higher costs for basic necessities like liability insurance, and the many lawsuits against the village directly related to alleged misconduct by Henyard and others. So that is a whole other component of this case. Tiffany Henyard has involved both the town and the municipality in many lawsuits with her mismanagement, her inability to sign liquor licenses, things like that. This has been a direct dereliction of just the basic role of government to provide certain services. They did not get done. Throughout our independent inquiry, we consistently encountered a mayor and administration that evaded transparency, skirting FOIA laws, failing to provide requested documents, and otherwise refusing to cooperate with the investigation. Now, the report provides a detailed accounting of gross financial mismanagement, both at the village level and at the Thornton Township level during her tenure as supervisor, including unspent American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA funds, a failure to comply with reporting requirements, misuse of taxpayer dollars, failure to pay vendors. We also uncovered village liability insurers refuse to provide coverage to Mayor Henyard, which potentially exposes the village to a significant legal and financial risk. The details in this report are significant, and we are confident the majority of trustees will continue to take the necessary steps to safeguard the village. We thank them along with the residents of Dalton for placing their confidence in our team to conduct this investigation, provide truthful insight into the village's financial standing, and offer recommendations to support their efforts toward improved governance. Mayor Tiffany Henyard did not attend Monday's meeting. Her attorney, Bo Brindley, released the following statement to Fox 32 Chicago on Monday night. Lori Lightfoot is a failed mayor whose fiscal irresponsibility was overwhelming. The idea that any credibility could be given to her findings about another mayor's financial decisions is preposterous. This is an effort by a failed political figure desperately seeking the limelight to which she is no longer entitled. Well, I mean, I don't know. Y'all might want to check your thermostats. It might be a cold day in hell, but I kind of agree. Like Lori Lightfoot was not a great mayor. She was fiscally incoherent. It does tickle me kind of pink with the absurdity nearing to farcicalness of Lori Lightfoot being the voice of truth in this particular situation, if any. But, she was hired to do a job. Maybe, she wasn't a great mayor, but she's a doggone good attorney. I wanna look at the report to see what I feel, to see, like, if she did a competent and well-rounded investigation. That being said, it is a little weird that Lori Lightfoot is the knight in shining armor for this particular case. Now, the backstory, a probe into Tiffany Henyard. Lightfoot was appointed by the Village of Dalton Board of Trustees to investigate Henyard in April of 2024. She was tasked with launching a probe into Henyard's alleged mishandling of village funds, among other complaints. Now, Lightfoot was asked to investigate a Village of Dalton work trip to Las Vegas last year. A former employee accused Henyard of retaliation after she claimed she was SA'd by a village trustee during that trip and then was fired for speaking up. Henyard initially vetoed calls for an investigation onto herself, but she was overturned by the trustees. Now, Lightfoot presented initial findings from her investigation to the village's dire financial situation last August. By the numbers, the bombshell report delved into Henyard's spending habits and her alleged misuse of taxpayer dollars, highlighting just how much trouble the village is in financially. Lightfoot said that in April 2022, Dalton's general fund balance was at 5.61 million. By May 2024, the balance had fallen to a deficit of 3.65 million. So that's $8 million that are just, I don't know. Like, look, if I were let loose in the Sailor Moon store, I'm saying I might go crazy and Mr. Mo would have to take my credit card, but I'm also not spending other people's money. It would be my fun money or future my fun money if I put it on a credit card. Any hoozle. 8 million? Again, Miss Henyard, you might look at like hair colors that go with orange. Over the course of 9 months, Lightfoot delved into the village credit card transactions. In 2023, charges amounted to more than $779,000. On Amazon, more than $50,000 were spent on ice skates and artificial ice tiles for a winter rink, purchases that Lightfoot said were not made in compliance with the purchasing policy. In in examining the village's 6 credit cards that Lightfoot's team was aware of, receipts for purchases were rarely provided. Now, Lightfoot revealed that village credit cards were used to make purchases at Amazon, Target, Walgreens, Wayfair, and other retailers. Lightfoot also estimates that the amount owed to vendors remains in excess of $5 million. Additionally, Lightfoot revealed that one concession the village had to make in order to get coverage for the 2024-2025 period was the cancellation for coverage for Mayor Henyard. The findings have been released just 1 month before Henyard will seek re-election in the Democratic primary for mayor. Meanwhile, there's already been a progress on the part of the village trustees who hired Lightfoot. The Village of Dalton's general fund deficit has decreased to $2.4 million as of October 2024. Dig deeper. Now, Henyard has stirred up controversy in both Dalton and Thornton Township, where she is the supervisor, and is now facing an FBI investigation. In May 2024, Henyard was named in a subpoena served at Dalton Village Hall, which asked for all payments, expense reimbursements, per diems, and credit card expenditures for her beginning just before her election in 2021. Investigators also requested the same information from her top assistant, Keith Friedman, and a pair of businesses controlled by Freeman, as well as several trustees and village employees who had traveled with Henyard. Now, the subpoena also showed that the FBI was looking into complaints by Dalton business owners whose licenses had been held up by the village, asking for licensing information about 10 bars and restaurants, including two that were raided and closed by the Dalton police in February: Rinky's Bar and Pablo's Cafe and Bar. Now, the feds are reportedly focusing on all the expensive travel by Henyard, and her crew out of state, including first class plane tickets that were purchased, asking for travel records on all trips, but specifically the one to Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, and Portland, Oregon. The FBI also asked for shift records for a number of officers assigned to her detail, including Officer Terry Young, who last May reported working 303 hours during a 2-week period. Now, a subpoena asked for information related to Henyard's charitable foundation, which used employees and cars from Dalton as a part of a march to Springfield in 2022. A federal grand jury has been conducting a criminal investigation into Henyard since last November. In all, the FBI served a total of 5 subpoenas over a 2-week period in Dalton and Thornton Township. So there you go, you guys. Hopefully, we will get the report, the official report from Lori Lightfoot, and we can go over it and see if we think she did a good job. I hope for the citizens of Dalton and Thornton Township that whoever is coming in this next time will really be mindful and respectful of the citizens, of, the taxes that they pay, and can, clean out some of the mess that unfortunately Tiffany Henyard is going to leave this town with. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you a little bit later. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but carry a can of bitch fire, because honest to goodness, kindness doesn't equal doormat. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye, you guys.